What's up guys, my name is Aaron and this is my review of New English by the rapper Desiigner. Desiigner is a New York rapper. He's best known for the song Panda, huge hit over the last year. I wasn't a huge fan of him because I feel like he's kind of a copy of what Future's been doing, just kind of like in a bland kind of milquetoast way. But I was kind of optimistically hopeful that this project would be pretty good. I heard the XXL freestyle and I thought that was a pretty good step in the right direction. It was really dark and kind of almost demonic. So it was kind of like interesting to hear that. So I hope that this album would be pretty good, but I pretty much got what I ultimately expected. I do like his energy. He's very he has a lot of spirit, raps and sings with a lot of veil and stuff. He seems very into the music that he's doing. On the song Shooters, he puts on this deeper voice and he sounds really cool on the song. And there's a lot of yelling and different noises in the back of the song, and it kind of makes you feel a little bit caged in and chaotic and kind of a little bit animalistic. The song Caliber is a little bit more melodic with the way that he's rapping and singing on the song. He's talking about his new stage in life, the money, girls, and cars, kind of just typical rapper stuff. But the best song on the album is probably Monstas Villains, which should really be the highlight of the album, but I'll kind of get into why it's not in a little bit. It's just so crazy and frenetic, and there's just a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of different stuff going on in the track, and it's just very cool. I just think the sound of that song is really cool. But the production is mostly pretty good. It's very flavor of the month, but it kind of has a little bit of Travis Scott influence, a little bit darker, I guess. I was talking about Monsters and Villains, I feel that it's just so crazy the way that song sounds. It was legit the only moment that I was just wow, this is really, really good. Roll With Me, I like that song too. It has this epic feeling to the song with the echoing synth lead that's on the song, on top of the trap beat that's on the song. And then there's laughing sounds. I feel this song would be the Joker from the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out. I feel this would be kind of his theme song. And I also Talk Regardless. I kind of like the popping drum effect that's on that song, and it has an exotic synth lead on the song too. It's a pretty cool sounding song, but pretty much that's really all I like. Like I said earlier, I was afraid that it was gonna sound like a generic rehash of Future, and it really did feel like Future. It just felt like what Future was doing, his sound, his voice, his subject matter, but the subject matter on this was just very paper thin and very just generic, and it just feels very off-putting. I feel he's a unique person, and his unique ways of life and stuff would be interesting, but this was just a generic carbon copy of Future's music. This project felt like a trailer to his album. A lot of the songs were less than 3 minutes or right around the 3-minute mark. The song Monstas Villains, that song is 38 seconds long. They cut that song before it could even build to anything at all, and it just feels they're kind of ripping me off as a listener. Kind of reminds me of the movie The Maze Runner, how that movie they're just trying to be very mysterious and not really telling you what to expect in the movie, and they're not telling you anything at all. But then as the movie goes on towards the end of it, it leaves you on a cliffhanger, and they're just okay guys, watch the next movie. And it's just kind of but the first movie wasn't good and didn't explain anything at all. Why would I watch that movie? This is kind of the album version of that movie. It's just very messed up for this project to put you through as a listener. I just feel it's kind of messed up. There was some dust toward the end of the project. Today, that was almost 7 minutes, and towards the end of the song, it just becomes incomprehensible. You can't understand what he's literally saying at all. He sounds offbeat too. It's just a waste of time to me. The song Jet doesn't do a lot for me, production wise, or the way he's rapping or anything. And even Pusha T, who I think is really talented, just sounds kind of bored and just kind of there, you know what I mean? And then Panda, that song just didn't need to be on that project. We already heard that song a lot of times. We get it, you know what I mean? But I feel this takes itself a little bit too seriously. I know that he's on Kanye's label, so he has to kind of adhere to what Kanye's doing with being very artsy and stuff. But I just felt this kind of came off a little bit as pretentious with not a lot of substance. The album cover, I felt was trying a little bit too hard to be different and a little bit artsy, and it didn't really justify it, I guess. And I felt the interludes, while I thought they were pretty nice, I felt on a project that has such short songs and it's really short, I felt they didn't need to be there at all. Yeah, there was just barely any substance to kind of justify how try hard this project came across to me. But overall, I just really didn't like this project at all. I liked his energy. He sounds like he's very into the music, and I felt like the production for the most part was pretty good. Like I said, I felt like he was copying Future with just a very generic results. The tape felt like a trailer to an album that I don't really want because the trailer didn't do enough for me. It just felt like it was trying to rip me off, kind of. There were some lackluster songs towards the end of the project, and I felt like it was taking itself too seriously with not a lot of substance to kind of back it up. I would give it a 3 out of 10. There wasn't a lot for me to kind of get behind. What did you guys think though? Did you like the project? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought about the project. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks guys. Bye.